Hey, Mark Dawes here, and thank you for downloading a copy of our free report. And I'm absolutely delighted that you've done so because our industry sector is absolutely swamped with people giving BS advice. And this is advice which has no basis in fact or in law. And it reminds me of the story of the Emperor's New Clothes, which you probably know about or heard about, or maybe were even told when you were a child. And the story is about an emperor who was known to spend lots of money, on lavish clothing. So two swindlers saw an opportunity here. And what they did was they went to the emperor and they said they were designing the best clothes ever. And the only people who wouldn't be able to see that these clothes were of the finest garment would be people who were stupid or incompetent. Now, actually, they didn't produce any clothes. They even went through the whole charade of setting up looms with no one working there. And then they went through the mime of dressing the emperor in these invisible clothes. And as a result, the emperor walked through the streets of his town, parading in his new invisible clothes when in fact he was naked. But the people in the town, who didn't want to be, tagged as stupid or incompetent for not seeing this for what it was, went along with it. And it was only when a young child actually pointed out and went, he's actually naked, that the whole crowd realized that they'd been fooled. The whole crowd, except for the emperor, who carried on parading in his invisible suit of clothes when in fact he was naked. Now, that's a fable, that's a story. It was written by Hans Christian Andersen. And Hans Christian Andersen did that to poke at the actual, poke a bit of fun at the establishment, at the king of the time, because he felt that people were being conned and people were being swindled. Now, that fable, that story, is actually fact in our industry today. We have people who are actually coming up with all sorts of BS about you must have this and you must do that and you must do this, and if you don't comply with this, you can't have this, and all this nonsense. Yet, should a case go to court and should you be tried for something that went wrong, this whole process isn't going to come into question. Now, many of the regulatory authorities that we've been in touch with, they will say, well, you have to go down this route and you have to go down that route and you need to do this. Our recommendation is you need to do that. But we've got it, documented evidence, because we've actually written to them on the Freedom of Information request. If it goes wrong, they are not the ones that are going to be held to account. It will be you. And the reason it will be you is because it's your responsibility to do your own due diligence. So at the end of the day, all this BS exists. But if you take this on board and you actually go and do something that you know to be wrong, or you've been fooled into believing that it's right when it is wrong, the buck's going to stop with you. And that's why I produced this report. Now, this not only stops here. What I want you to do is you've obviously received an email from us, and that email hopefully went into your inbox. But if it went into your junk and spam folder, so if you haven't seen it in your inbox, please check your junk and spam folder. Please go and put it in your inbox and add it to your address book, because I'm going to be sending you out a lot more free information as well. And this information is absolutely priceless. I'm going to help you, with your business development. I'm going to help you with your journey, wherever it is that you wish to go. I'm going to show you facts, and I'm going to show you figures, and I'm going to show you statistics, and I'm going to give you information that's going to help you develop and grow your business. And all of this is going to be for free. Now, you may be wondering, why is he doing all this? What's the catch? There is no catch. I've been in this industry for 30 years now. I've seen literally everything. I've worked with some of the greatest people in our industry sector, and I've come across many people who are full of BS as well. And I want to stop you being a victim of the BS, and I want you to work with good people. Now, for the sake of transparency, what I'm hoping is at some stage in the future, you may think, do you know what, that guy's provided me with so much value, he's provided me with so much information, I'd like to go and do a training course with him. Because at the end of the day, we are a training provider and we sell training courses. And I'd like you to come and train with us. But we're not going to push it on you. That's not the way we operate at all. We want you to make the right decision for you, because that's the most important thing. When you go on a venture like this, when you decide to become a restraint instructor, you take on a huge responsibility. You are responsible for the people you train. You need to keep them safe. If you look at the statistics in our press right now, there are assaults on emergency services workers every day. It's disgusting, But some of the training being given to these people doesn't equip them to deal with that. We want you to have the right skills to be able to train those people properly. That's what it's all about. We also want to make sure that whatever you do is legally defensible. So we give you legally correct advice and information. And you don't just have to come and train with us to get that. If you go on our website and look at our blog post, you'll see loads of information up there, and it's all free. But I'm going to give you a structured process of emails with links to various videos that you can actually go and watch as well. And this is important because if you're like me, you've probably got family, you've probably got a partner, you may have children, you may be old enough like me to have grandchildren. You need to be around for those people, and you need to be creating a legacy so that the world is a safer place for them too. And you can only do that if you have the right information, and if you stop listening to the BS out there that is promulgated by people who have little or no understanding of the legalities and the facts of what they can and can't do. That's why we're doing this. It's really, really important to us, and this is why this industry has become my vocation. The other thing as well that I'm going to help you with is marketing. We did a survey a while ago, and we asked people, what's the one most important thing that you need in your business to help you succeed? And 88% of people came back and they said, I need to know how to market my business. So guess what? I'm going to give you some marketing tips as well. And these are not just tips that I've learned on a marketing course. This is information that we've implemented into our business to produce the results we produce. And we've been around for 30 years and we're pretty successful. So it works. So I'm going to show you what actually works. And again, I'm not a marketer. I'm not a digital marketing guru. You don't want to make that absolutely clear. But I'm a business person who has learned marketing specific to my industry sector so that I can market my business and, reach people and be at the top of my game when it comes to actually putting my stuff out there. And I'm going to help you do the same. I'm going to give you all this for free. Anyway, if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay with me. Look out for the emails coming from me, and I'll speak to you soon.